Come on, bitch.
What is up, bros? So another season of Rainbow Six has come to an end, and you guys know what time it is. It is time for my list of top 10 favorite tips and tricks that I've learned this past season. Now, just like all the other seasons, keep in mind that this is not a list of top 10 technically perfect tips and tricks, but instead my personal favorite tricks that I learned in year 3 season 4 and I find myself using the most. All of what I will show you is still very useful even though the season has come to an end and year 4 is already a few days in. I can guarantee you that some of you may have been doing these since before this season, but I can also guarantee you that I've been using certain tricks since the beginning of time that would be brand new to some people. Everyone learns Siege at a different rate, and that's part of what helps make this game so awesome. So basically, opinions being opinions, these are my top 10 opinions. Alan from the Dangleberries is also doing 10 more insanely good tricks that he learned this season, so if you want to see a total of 20 top tricks from the last few months, make sure to head over there and check out his video. Anyways, let's kick this list off, starting with
10.
Starting with number 10 is the interesting glass/smoke grenade counter trick that allows you to see enemy outlines through smoke. Twitter user Elvis R6S discovered that whatever is in the radius of a Kaid Electroclaw gets completely outlined for the entire duration it takes to deploy. It's definitely situational, but this trick is so unorthodox I had to include it. It's definitely possible to use this to stop a plant from going down, and knowing that in the future later on in year 4 Glaz won't be able to see through smoke while he moves, this could be pretty impactful.
9.
Position or somewhere you can hold as a defender. We've seen some players try to hold between the behind the aquarium bar, but it's a difficult position to pull off and an unnecessary risk, I think, especially when the stakes are so high.
Number 9 takes us to the 6 Invitational Finals where G2 faced off against Team Empire, and we got to see Pengu use this sick angle where he rappels upside down in order to get a tight angle into hookah. The design of the wooden overhang literally hides your head and you're nearly invisible to any defenders inside of this very common anchor spot. Another little trick that we figured out is I felt like you got a better angle when you don't lean, so when you use this, test it out, see what gives you the best point of view to take out your unsuspecting victim.
8.
Number 8 is this slick spawn peek that I learned from a clip of Zyronic's stream. While it may not be the highest success rate spawn peek, it is one of the safest ones that you can possibly do on bank because the odds of you getting shot back are nearly 0. All you have to do is open up a stock window, and from there you just ADS on the pixel between the floor and the bottom of the fence and wait for someone from alley to run next to the police vehicle window for a lined up headshot.
7.
One player in the armory that can instantly come in and back up the Jaeger that's playing in this position. Now the Maverick is the one to watch out for here because reaching torch, of course, can allow you to destroy that extra. That
is a weird way to go about it here.
Why?
I don't know if this is actually the more efficient way to do it, but
no, actually, it is.
That worked out fine.
That is 100% the way you do it.
Yeah.
Because you can actually burn like 3 charges and still not be able to destroy it.
I guess, yeah, if you do it in a really weird way.
It has to do with the way that the struts are actually like designed around it. It's pretty interesting actually.
Number 7 is a Maverick Hatch trick, which is to this day the most efficient way to open hatches. When done correctly, you will be able to open 2 hatches in total, which obviously is the same as thermite. Just follow the same pattern that you see me doing, and a couple little tricks that will help you do it fluidly are to not ADS and also stand somewhere center of the hatch. That will let you easily look from one end of the hatch to the other without having to move your character model. When you start walking and blowtorching at the same time, you can very easily miss a small section that will throw off the entire process. Instead, stand somewhere and only move your crosshairs.
6.
Number 6 is one of the sneakiest angles Nico has ever taught me, and you can use it anytime you defend regardless of the site, as well as anytime you attack the living room, library, bomb site. Opening up the correct spots on the map will allow an insane angle from gallery all the way outside of this window where Blackbeards like to hold for 99% of the round. Luckily for us, this angle is going to be hitting the side of their head, so when you're using it on defense, no matter who it is you're shooting at, they will be taken out and you'll most likely get called a cheater. Obviously, this works both ways, so if you're a buck, you can lay outside of the drone hole, buck open the floor, and get a crazy angle down into gallery.
Five.
Because he is available. I mean, you know, I don't know. Again, hindsight 2020. But yeah, Dark Zero needed some way to deny that plant. This was one of the most defensive-sided maps out there.
Yeah, and it's just above 60%, which is 2/3 of the map.
Oh no!
Oh, a run out from mid!
Oh!
Tries for a second, and he'll down thinking nade. I don't know if that information is relayed. It does look like it is. As Houghton picks up another great Valkyrie camera on that tree. Will stop the play.
Trick number 5 is a super easy Valkyrie camera spot that we saw Mint of Dark Zero throw outside of CCTV on Clubhouse. You can tell from this clip an example that it is insanely difficult to see. They were able to use this camera spot for a round changing moment at the highest level of Siege, so we can only assume that this camera will most likely have some pretty high success rates in games that we're going to be playing.
4.
So by now, we are probably mostly well aware of the sick parkour angle we can get onto the balcony by the half wall in Armory. Well, Cobb and Yummy actually showed me some crazy tricks to add on to that, and not only do we have great control over the balcony, but they showed me how you can plant up here in this spot for probably the strongest plant spot in all of Siege. From here, defenders literally can't stop it unless they also vault up here. There was one spot that I planted and Cobb got a brief option to defuse, but that was only because I planted it next to the edge. When you face the wall to plant, it literally can't be stopped. Combining this with most likely having somebody alive fighting them at the same time, planting up here is a guaranteed win for attackers. Cobb also showed me an angle that you can create all the way to the triple wall in office that is an absolute nightmare for anyone to contest. You guys can see as soon as I enter the building, I ADS on him and his legs blend in exactly with the wall. Even if I looked straight at him, I wouldn't think anything of it and I would get completely eliminated. Combining that with the fact that when you're up here, headshots line up so easily through a couple different cracks, it's absolutely insane.
3.
Number 3 is my favorite new spawn peak on Bank that was shared with me from Twitter user RegretsTTV. All you need to do is place a shield down and vault onto the railing, and from there you're gonna lean left and see the exact path that attackers will run after spawning in, and if they choose not to drop down the sewers. Most likely they're gonna stop to take out the camera and not even be looking in your direction because the smarter player will be checking for spawn peaks from the northern windows of Bank, especially the skylight windows. The only reason this spot isn't our number 1 is because it is on a timer, so if you do stay up here too long, you're gonna need to be careful not to get shot in the back from attackers running up to the top of the garage from the other spawn option.
Will manage to get away.
Cantakeri setting up a C4 and he's gonna land it perfectly on top of East Stairs. 2 for him. And Empire find themselves seemingly already out of the round. The whole extended. And it all is in this room right here where Cantakeri had an excellent one. And I believe actually a 4K total for Cantakeri as he got that early pick that we missed earlier in the round.
Number 2 is one of the most clever C4s I've ever learned in Siege, and while it might look like he's simply chucking it over the wall, he's not. Cantor has this throw lined up down to a science so that it lands perfectly to take out anyone at the top of East Stairs. Like I said in the Pro League Tips video, this area is so congested, leads to 2 balconies, the hallway, and the top of the stairs, so there's a high chance to land the C4 to take out multiple enemies based off everyone being forced to be so close together in this area. Just follow my crosshairs online, make sure you crouch, get your butt up next to the printer, and practice this in a custom game for some awesome epic kills.
1.
In at number 1 is going to be a new Valkyrie camera spot that wasn't new to Nico, and even though he's been using this cam spot with such a high success rate, he was kind enough to share this with me to show the Bra fam to use. The fact that Nico has been using it for so long and that it's not that popular yet says a lot about how successful this spot is, and I didn't even know that there was a space to throw the camera back here. I've had the opportunity to use this about 6 times in games, and so far not once did it get caught. Combine this with any sneaky little trick that you want to use inside of security and gather up the intel to troll the enemy team however you want. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Huge thanks to everyone that helped contribute to it. Let me know what your favorite trick was from this video, or if I missed one of your favorites in general from the season, feel free to share it over on Discord for a chance to be featured. I love you guys all. I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Peace.